educate, sensitize the audience, So um, um, that's ConsumerHallaTV. So I call it an offshoot of our ConsumerHalla brand. ConsumerHalla brand actually was the first we call it the first complaint or consumer complaint resolution portal. When we started it about 10 years ago, or about 7 years ago, it became the first complaint resolution portal. We created it so that Nigerians can actually lodge complaint on that portal. We spent a lot of resources to build a very robust platform where today, if you have any complaint, about any brand, any leading brands in Nigeria, and you go on that platform, you can actually click, just a click, you can find the brand, 3 hours, no any explanation. Then while you're there, they can even wake up and say, oh, flight has been cancelled. So everybody carry their luggage and go home. Nothing happened. Of course, things are changing. We must commend government because government is beginning to wake up, but there's still a lot to be done. And we believe that we can help to make, bring about those right changes. So we offer deliberately, part of what we do is that we also offer advocacy. All right. We're not just an advocacy organization, but we offer advocacy. We have a legal team. We have lawyers that are registered on our platform, all right, that can also take up cases. Okay. So, and we've taken up many cases like that, and won those cases. So ConsumerHalla is a platform to help consumers to, we're not fighting brands, but rather we say we're bringing about an amicable, resolution of conflict, such that it will be beneficial to the consumers and also be beneficial to the brand. I remember the word of Jeff Bezos. Bezos is the founder of Amazon. He said that the most important single thing, all right, for an organization is to focus obsessively, use the word obsessively, on the customer. We often say that customers is a king. They should sit at the top of the ladder. In our environment, customers are the ladder. A brand wakes up today, decide what product to produce. They wake up today, decide how much the consumer should pay. They wake up to decide everything for consumers. So consumers are just at the receiving end, and yet they are milking the consumers. There's no price regulation in this country, none. People just wake up and fix prices. Look at power. Government wakes up, we change policy, we wake up and we get people to pay more. We think it's time for consumers to begin to speak out. In speaking out, in engaging, we can get the brand to begin to do what is right. And of course, I know that the consumers themselves need to be educated. So our role, our vision also is to ensure that we educate consumers, we bring awareness. A lot of Nigerian consumers don't even know about their rights. You buy a product from a supermarket. I've had this experience. You buy a product from a supermarket, all right? For whatever reason, you take that product back to your house, and maybe something went wrong somewhere. By the time you take that product back to the shop where you bought it from, and you say, okay, this thing, you know what's going to tell you? Okay, now me make them. Let me make them now. That's why I buy them. Meaning that there's nothing I can do to the product. So you lose the product, then you lose your money, because the money is not refunded. The product you can't use. Only in Nigeria. Only in Nigeria. Let me give you another experience I had. In the course of this, because I went around, in doing this. I was in US, I was in UK, I was in South Africa, I was in Germany, just because of this, to just study the environment. I was in a friend's house in UK, in London, and then what happened? We were going to go out, and he was going to dress up. So he said, oh, to me, I was seated in his sitting room. So he said, oh, wait a minute, I picked up an iron, that's the pressing iron, 2 days ago or so from a store. Oh, let me try this, let me just try and use that to iron my shirt and we can go out. So I was seated, the TV was on, I was watching. While I watched him, he brought out the pressing board, spread it out, brought the iron out in my presence, plugged in the iron, and then as soon as he switched on the power button, we just had a spark. Boom! Ooh. The guy was raged. Then he goes, what just happened? So he said, no, these guys are in trouble, they're in soup. I was thinking, what are you going to do? I was trying to compare that experience to what would have happened in Nigeria. In my presence there, he opened the pack. There was a card inside it. Inside that card was a call, number to call. And he called the shop or wherever he got the thing from. I was hearing the conversation that was going on. And all he said to them on the phone was, look, by the time he even called, clearly because they already, through the call, they could trace where he was calling from and who was calling. He said, yeah, I picked up this number, I picked up this iron yesterday, and guess what? I just plugged it to power, and then the thing just, stopped, didn't work. At the other hand, I could hear the voice, oh, we're so sorry. We're sorry about that. And they said, this is your address, yeah. Don't worry, we'll get you a replacement. All right. So my friend handed the call and dropped the. So I said, so what's going to happen? He said, don't worry yourself now. Shebi, we're here. They will bring a replacement. I said, they will bring a replacement. He said, yes. I said, they won't even try to check whether it was your fault, because it could have been your fault. Maybe you didn't do something well about the fact. No, it can't be his fault. Shebi, it's a brand new item that he bought. While we were still talking, in fact, I'm not even sure it was up to 30 minutes or so. We had a knock on the door. He himself said he must be the dispatch person. By the time he opened the door, it was a dispatch man that was on the other side. And then the dispatch man was at the door. Just watch this. Was at the door. I was seated in the sitting room. The guy was at the door to meet with the dispatch guy. The dispatch man that brought the replacement iron, I heard him say, we're so sorry. So I was so shocked. I mean, a dispatch man, this guy is a dispatch, so also apologize. I was so touched by it that even a dispatch man was so trained, to tell the guy, we are so sorry. And guess what? He brought the replacement iron. By the time my guy opened the iron, it was a bigger size iron. So they replaced with a bigger size iron. The guy never asked for the one that went bad. He didn't say, "Oga, where is the other one that we gave to you," so that he could take it back. No, he just bought a new one and gave it back. So I asked my friend, I said, can you interpret this to me? He said, here in London, if they didn't do this, they know the next thing I will do. So I'm just going to grab a lawyer and I'm going to tell them they've destroyed something in my house. By the time I'm done, they will pay through their nose. Because the consumers are conscious of their rights. In Nigerian consumers, even those who are aware, won't even take the battle up. Everybody just go, what can we do now? Today they wake up and ban this. What can we do now? So we're going to change the narrative. We have to stand up. So the vision of ConsumerHallaTV is really to create an engagement platform that constantly mirrors the minds of consumers and provides right connections for meaningful brands in Nigeria. Thus, we believe, will be forming part of that our overall vision, of creating a more caring world of consumers where businesses thrive. So I think that um, um, we'll make our impact. We ask you to join us on this journey. ConsumerHallaTV will drive engagement. It will also be there to help to promote brands that are doing what is right. So we're not out to criticize any brand. Rather, we have to complement what the brands are doing, because there is no organization that or a business that was set up to fail. Nobody set up a business to fail. So there are just gaps that needs to be fixed. So together we can fix things, and together we believe that we will create the right story for consumers in Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Product Review on ConsumerHallaTV. This is where we inform potential buyers about merit and drawbacks and features of a product on the program. Happy new month and welcome to the first edition of Product Review in the month of August. I am Iri Ayomekule Ege. Please, all review on this program is not based on critics but based on transparency and functionality of product in context of their various features. Today we're looking into the fashion industry. Fashion is a dynamic and ever-evolving industry that encompasses clothing, accessories, and lifestyle. It's a form of self-expression which allows individuals to showcase their personality, culture, and values through their attire. From art culture to streetwear, fashion influences and reflects society trends, cultural heritage, and personal identity. Designers continually push boundaries in the fashion industry, experimenting with innovative materials, styles, and technologies. Today on the program, we are exploring into the main world of fashion designing and reviewing monogram and 20U designs. These beautiful designs men opt for in the world we live today and in the olden era. To spark the conversation all the way from Ibadan, join me as a welcome Omidiji Kayode, the CEO of Solomon Couture, a seasoned fashion designer with a decade of experience. It's a pleasure to have you on board. Good morning, Mr. Kayode.
Good morning, Miriam. Thank you for having me here. It's a pleasure.
It's a pleasure. Thank you. Right. Can you start by explaining to us what a monogram designs and what a 20U designs as well?
Okay, briefly, I would say monogram design is now the trending style when it comes to embroidery. Embroidery in terms of agbada design, pocket and blankets, in whichever form you want it. So they are, let me say, they are personalized designs. It's been digitalized. It's done on the software which we call Wilson Corel Draw and the likes. So it depends on the design the customer wants, and it is modern. Let me just put it that way. Then for 20U, 20U has been in existence for a while. Yes. So I would say 20U is also a design which we do for Agbada, Danshiki, the regular kaftan and co. But the modernity of 20U cannot be compared with that of monogram embroidery. Let me have it like
All
that.
right. Okay. If you would walk us through, can you walk us through your design process when creating a monogram designs and what inspires your creativity?
Okay, for monogram, it is always customers based. You can decide that you want to have an agbada embroidery that will customize your name all through. You may have Irayomikule all through the agbada. It depends on you because it is digitalized. You can easily create a design. You can decide that you want to use the governor of a state's image on your embroidery. It is done. You can decide you want to use our president's design, this general design, this eight or infinity, whichever you want to call it. You can decide to use that. So it's a personalized design based on customers' view, based on customers' demand. And this is done in different processes. One, you determine your customer's choice, the choice of fabric you want to use it on. Two, then three, the color for the design. So when you want to do that, this machine is computerized. You first have to go and design your design, yeah, the embroidery. You design it on a app, a software which we use on the system, which you call Wilcom, Wilcom. It's been designed there. After the design, you use the flash to copy it down to your monogram machine. You fix it there, you copy it out, then you start your process. In the process, we talked about the color of the design of the
Mm.
embroidery. Then you pick a suitable thread for it. You run it on, for Agbada majorly, you run it on what we call a cape, that is a lining clothes. You run it for the color as the background. Then you run. Since it's a computerized system, once you fix in the flash, it's like replugging a flash to a system. Then you run the monogram. It's run by itself. Just sit down and relax. Unlike the 20U design, that you have to be there personally, you keep running in all by yourself, winding the machine here and there. So the process is seamless of monogram is seamless and very effective. That, and I would say it's stress free. Though it's more expensive than that of 20U, but it's
Mm.
worth it.
All right. Talking about the expensive, of course, we are still coming there. How do you balance personal style with brand identity in your monogram designs as well as 20U?
Oh, okay, good. We have a standard for our business. We cannot compromise that. So if a customer comes in and say, "This is what I want, this is what I want," we let you know that this is our brand. This is what we do. So you cannot just put on the fabric that will dent the brand of our image. So we'll let you understand the fact that this will come out nice. Your design is cool. We are good by it. But if you add a touch of this and that with it, it will even come out well. And if they insist, we'll tell them we will not be adding our brand tag to this design. I hope you understand me. But virtually all of our customers do understand that, okay, we can trust you with our fabrics. And in terms of fabrics, you can also decide customers will just tell you, okay, just do me a brand. I want to go for so event, a night floor, this and that. So we just decide, okay, we have the suitable design for this. We pick the fabric for the customers, knowing having in mind kind of person the customer is. So we balance both brand and monogram. Since monogram can give you whatever design you want, whatever design you want. You can decide to put the head of a lion on a cloth. It's your choice.
Mm. To spot the functionality better, how do current fashion trend influence monogram design work and 20U?
Okay. Virtually, we go on the streets anywhere now in Nigeria, occasions, um, anywhere, you would see monogram is now the current trend. Is now the current trend. In fact, 90% of grooms now use monogram. Even our senators and the likes, they use monogram. And though the cost is still very expensive, and trend has made it available, has made it possible for people to use it because once you see this design on a person being customized personally for the person, it will be like, okay, let me also do this, and they are fine by it. There's restriction to what 20U can do. There are restrictions to what 20U can do. There are also restrictions to what some monograms can do, because monograms too has length. It depends on uh, the machine type in which you buy. I hope you understand. We have 2 heads, 3 heads, and it varies in sizes. That of 23 inches and the like. There are some ones that cannot even run agbada. There are some ones that can run agbada. There are some ones that cannot run. So it depends on whatever you can afford.
All right, that's a very great one there, an insightful one. Now let's visualize the tools. What software, or let me say machine, what software or tools, or let me put it this way, machine, are being used to create and visualize monogram designs and 20U designs?
For 20U designs, we don't have a software. It's been created with imagination, and it depends on how
Ima
skillful designer is. I'm with you.
so 20U is based on imagination.
It's based on, yes, self skill. Let me put it that way, self skill. There's no software to computerize it. It's been done with a machine, automatic machine. Uh, we call it 20U machine. That's what it's been called. That's what it's been called.
Mm.
But for monogram, we use Wilcom majorly. Other people use CorelDRAW and well, but we use Wilcom majorly to design uh, to make our designs for embroidery. But we cannot do without 20U, because I will not lie to you. Uh, Monogram is fading off 20U, but we cannot do without 20U. Reason because some customers will tell you, I don't want my Agbada embroidery to be on the fabric itself. I want it to be done as a separate entity. Then we'll attach it to the fabric separately. That is where the 20U comes in. For the 20U, there's what we call Saraba. It's a twined thread. We twine the thread.
Hello, Mr. Kayode. Hello,
Most
Mr.
most
Kayode.
times monogram cannot run that.
Mr. Kayode, can you hear us? Hello?
Yes, I can hear you.
Please, I would like you to take
I can
that
hear you.
line. I would like you to, oh, thank you, Mr. Kayode. While talking, of course, we had a network breakout. So please, can you take that again? The last lines of your answer.
Okay,
Can you take it again?
yes, I was saying we cannot outlook or we cannot override the importance of 20U, because there are some things 20U will do that monogram may not give you the right answer. In a situation where a client decides that he does not want to run his embroidery directly on its fabric, we call that a cape. We call that monogram design a cape. He does not want it to be run directly on its fabric. In that sense, after running the monogram, we take it to a 20U designer. They run it on the fabric themselves with 20U machine, and there's what we call saraba. It's a twining of thread together. Probably you can mix two colors together and you place it at the edge of the monogram design. It is used to attach the monogram to the fabric. So we cannot do without 20U. Though
Mm.
people are already getting or crossing over, but the essence of 20U cannot be overlooked.
All right. Okay. Can you discuss the importance of monogram design and importance of 20U on fabric?
Okay, I've said a number of them earlier. For the monogram, it gives detail. Let me put it that way. It gives details, and the neatness cannot be compromised. Maybe you have a design. Maybe you want to write six in different places. You may decide to write six in 100 places. When you write it with your hand, there's no doubt you there will be a little difference in the first one, the second one, or the third one you write. But for monogram, once you've designed the same six on the machine to run, it will give you that same six all through, even if you are going to 100 or thousands of six. That is one important. Uniqueness. And the neatness is there. Then for 20U, it's like you using your hand to craft. Using your hand to craft. There's no 100% um, skill. There's no how you can be skillful 100% that you can run 106 figures without having any difference in figure or in the design or in the shape. That is one of the essence, the difference between monogram and 20U. Then for the 20U, the importance is there are some designs that, okay, currently grooms do all this big embroidery that you could run from the up, down, through their ashoke. But for a monogram design, you cannot run it through all
Mm.
importance of the two.
Okay, interesting. Now let's look at the price, the functionality, because when we're talking about product, most especially reviewing of products, we have to compare the price. Looking at the price comparison, how much do you monogram design and 20U design? For instance, you made mention of a groom, agbada, embodiment, and all. So how much do you charge?
Uh, we start from the price of the machine. You cannot compare the price of a machine. The least monogram now, I won't want to mention brand, that is
Mm.
the tabletop monogram machine, cost around 3 million or more. At sites, the fixing fee, just purchase, is around 3 million. And you can go as high as 8 million, 7 million, depending on the number of heads in which you need. Then for the 20U machine, cost around, it's less than a million. It's less than a million, around 700, 500. So when it now comes to the design, I cannot ascertain, I cannot tell you that this is the particular price we take for a monogram design or a 20U design. It depends on the design, the craftiness, the, what will I call it? The design. Let me just say the design of the embroidery. But the barest minimum that we take for any monogram design, the barest minimum we take for any monogram design for Agbada is 30,000.
Mm.
Then for 20U, the barest minimum we take for Agbada is around 15, 14. It depends on the designs. Though there are 20U design that runs across 30,000, 40,000, and 50. You get. So, but it depends on the design you want to run.
Okay, I hope you won't charge me much on my big day, my wedding ceremony, because I'll be opting for monogram. All right, now, what level of customization?
Um, I said you can decide to, on your big day, as you have said, you can decide you want to customize area your mikule all through your agbada embroidery instead of using the regular. I'm sure same thing applies for monogram too. So you can easily decide to customize to make your own unique design that you don't want any other person to. You get. Okay, I can decide I want to use Solomon culture. You get. There's no other brand bearing that name. Uniqueness of the design you want that will now know which and which to run.
Mm. All right, looking at the fashion sewing industry, can you foresight and predict the longevity of these two designs?
Yes, yes, yes. Let me say, before the invention of monogram, we were like, wow, uh, 20U has been the best, it has been this and that. There was what we called Tinko. Tinko is still in vogue, but not as it used to be. Tinko, there's even this what we call Jakon. These are what some people do them with their hand. Major people still put it on, you get. But the invention of monogram has given a drop in all of these designs. especially for 20U. It has dropped them, but I won't lie to you. In another 10 years, 20 years, these things will still be relevant, but we never can tell. No one knew monogram was coming. Initially, monograms was used to do cresting of names and the likes. Okay, I'm putting on one here, which we did for International Tobacco Company. Yeah.
Mm.
So, cresting of names and co, logo, name tag, and the likes. That was what these things were majorly used for. It was not used for embroidery then. It was 20U was in vogue. But as things keep evolving, uh, we started using them for embroidery. So we never can tell anything can still come up in another 10, 15 years that will still override monogram. There's no permanent uh, situation. Anything can still come up and override it.
No permanent,
But
no permanent
notwithstanding,
trend. Mm.
there's no permanent trend. They will still be in use. There's no how.
All right, Mr. Kayode, thank you so much. You've been a well-detailed fashion designer with a decade of experience. Let's look at the time cost. Talking about the time cost, how timely do these two design cost you when sewing? Talking about monogram design and 20U.
Um, as I said earlier, and I'll still say again, for 20U, you have to be involved. When you need to do a design, probably on a planket and pocket, that is the collar, which you call collar, the planket and pocket. If you need to do it, normally it should take you around 1 hour, depending on the design, 1 hour, 2 hours, it depends on design. And we can also outline the factor of light. That's another factor that can hinder the process. So, but majorly on the stable electricity, within 1 hour or maximum 2 hours, you'll be able to run a blanket and pocket. But for the Agbada design, you should be able to go around, for to be detailed, you need to go around 4 hours, 5 hours to run for 20U. Then for the monogram, you don't have to be there. Once you've done your designs, is what you can do your designs within 1 hour. Run your design within 1 hour, put on the system, then you leave it, let it run. The only time you might need to go there is to go and change bobbin, what would people normally call reeler and co, shuttle and the likes. Once the thread finishes under, you go there to go and replace it. And it depends on the design, cross stitching and the likes. So that too should take around 4 hours, 5 hours. It is automatic and you can easily increase the speed sef. It's just like you accelerating on Lagos Ibadan Expressway. It depends on how fast you want it to be. You can increase the speed, you can reduce the speed. It is automatic. So, but roughly on an average, an Agbada should run you around 3 to 4 hours, depending on the design and how fast you want it to be. But it will avail you the time to do other things while it is running. You can decide to go and be doing another design, to be designing another person's embroidery while that one is running. Unlike that of the 20U, you have to be present. You cannot do any other thing. That is the advantage and disadvantage these things have.
Mr. Kayode, I love to ask this question anytime I'm with especially the entrepreneurs out there. Uh, how do you navigate your strength and weakness, looking at the realities of the present economy of a society?
Well, I would say every business has its own ups and downs. Aside from the business giving you ups and downs, the economy too is giving you another angle of ups and downs. One, you need to run light, you need to run gen, because I won't lie to you, it hasn't been so favorable as concerning light. But you will need to run gen, you need to do one or two things. The cost of what's it called, material too, has really been on the high. Sincerely, it's really been on the high. So it has always been giving us an issue when it comes to. Hope I'm safe here. This one, that things are moving around. Okay.
Mm.
So it has always been an issue. There's no how to. You always have challenges in your businesses. There will always be ups and downs. So, but when you have a focus and a aim, This will not distract you. You get whatever challenge that come, you'll be above them.
I love that. Now, in a decade to this time, where do you see the fashion industry?
Uh, the thing is, the industry, there's nothing new again. I will not lie to you. There's nothing new again.
Mm.
All of these trends are just retro. They are coming back again. You see people putting on kembe, putting on dashiki, putting on shorts.
Is fashion industry a lucrative industry? Gone are the days whereby people look down on fashion designers. Is it a lucrative industry?
Yes, I would tell you it is very lucrative because I would say, okay, 10 years into the business, it has been, there will surely be ups and downs, but I won't lie to you, I'm not sure I can take any other job. Being Having a handcraft is much better, and fashion expanding.
Mm. All right. To clear the hair, Mr. Kayode, do we call you and your people fashion designer or tailor? Because a lot of people would say, I'm not a tailor, I'm a fashion designer. So which one are you? So which one do you think suits, the modern trend and this era that we are in? Is it tailor or fashion designer? Because I've seen a lot of people, they would say, don't refer to me as a tailor. I'm not a tailor, I'm a fashion designer. What do you think about it? Are you a tailor or a fashion designer?
That is a very nice question. Well, I think tailor is the best, is the thing to be called when it
Mm,
comes to English wise. But trend has also made us to say, I'm a fashion designer, I'm a fashion designer, I'm a fashion designer. I'm clinical stitches, I'm clinical threads, I'm clinical this one and that one. So, because you cannot have a machine and be calling yourself a fashion designer. If so, challenging, but at the end of the day, it will surely pay off. It's consistent. There's nothing you will do in this life that will not have trying times, that will not have the start time. So, there's no how. You will surely have those times before things set in place. So I would like to encourage our parents, guardians, even the younger generation. The fashion has gone beyond what it used to be. Tailoring, let me put it that way, has gone beyond what it used to be. That you giving just your all this roadside this thing to just mend the clothes for you or thereabout. It has gone beyond that. It is a very now lucrative business. We can mention a few of these top fashion designers, which they were in limelight in about 2 or 3 months ago, likes of Sheyi Vodi and Co. Vicky James, and I'm sure if people will keep wondering that are these people also into fashion design. Yes, they are. So you get. So there's no business that is not lucrative. Let me just put it that way.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Kayode Omidiji, CEO of Solomon Couture, all the way from Ibadan. A greater height for you. Thank you so much for being on the program.
You're welcome. Thank you for having
Thank you
me.
for the.
Have a wonderful day.
It's a pleasure. Please do well to enjoy the rest of your day.
All right, and you too. Take care.
All right, bye. Now, I'm sure we've all heard from our guest, Omidiji Kayode, all the way from Ibadan, a well-seasoned fashion designer with a decade of experience in the fashion industry. And he well said a lot of difference between monogram design and 20. Monogram design, of course, is a new trend. Of course, we are the new era for the Gen Z, for the Alpha Gen. And of course, we see some millennials who are still insisting on the want monogram, as the life evolves, we evolve along with it as well. It's not an issue. And he said 20U, of course, it's something that has been existing for a very long time. It's a old design, but it's still in relevance. People are still, seeking for it, are still modernizing on it, but not as it used to be. Right now, a monogram is what is making the wave in the fashion industry, and it speaks so well. And they said, the comparison of price, the monogram is on the higher side, and 20, of course, is something you can still make do with. And then, no, let me use the other word. Of course, it's a pleasure. I'm talking about fashion. Fashion helps you, it's a kind of a self-expression. You express yourself, when you're well fashioned, you have this confidence that just like the way you spray your perfume and, and your sprays and all that. When you're well fashioned, you feel yourself without even when people don't tell you, you feel that yourself. It represents mannerism, cultural representation, and a lot of things there. Wow, I'm very sure everyone is a fashionista, everyone is well fashioned. The fashion is something you need to keep up with, every now and then. It's a wrap on product review today. Another beautiful edition of it will be back next week. I am Ire Ayomikunle Eke. Please do well to enjoy the rest of your day, and please always stay fashioned.
Brand before?
Yeah, definitely, ever.
Okay, so why do you now prefer Seaway to Ever?
I feel like ever, the Seaway is common. You can easily get access to it because not everybody has this ever. And sometimes when you even get access to ever, you get the 1 liter one, and sometimes you just want to drink something small. The little one is not available like that.
Okay. So in terms of when purchasing this table water, in terms of taste, do you look out for the taste or the quality or what exactly it's given?
Water is meant to be tasteless, so there's no how to look at the taste, but definitely some water do taste when you drink it, depending on how, I don't know how they process it also, but definitely water is meant to be tasteless. I definitely will consider the taste for sure. Consider the taste, and it's meant to be tasteless and odorless. So when you're giving me that, it's natural. I'm good.
Okay. So what do you want Seaway table water to improve on? Is there anything you want them to improve on?
Should I say the size? As for Nigerians, I just fit Nigeria and make it bigger.
Okay.
I think.
If there is one thing you have to tell Seaway table water brand right now, what would that be?
I just tell them thank you. They can at least do better for Nigerians.
Okay. So what about other table water brand? What advice do you have to give to them?
I would talk about Ever. The Ever should at least still improve in making it less available for users, consumers rather.
Okay.
Yeah, that's Ever.
Thank you very much, sir. Good morning, ma.
Good morning.
What is your name?
Elizabeth.
Okay, which of the table water brand do you make use of and why do you prefer it?
Ever water.
Is there a reason why you prefer Ever water?
Yes.
Okay, why? Why do you prefer it?
Because it's different from other brand. Yes, it's very different.
Okay. So what other brands or what other table water brand have you consumed?
Seaway. Seaway and Ever.
Okay. So is there a reason why you prefer Ever to Seaway?
Yes, it's when I don't see Ever that we take Seaway. Yes.
Okay. So if there's one thing you want Ever brand to improve on, what would that be?
They should only continue with the way they are doing. It's nice. The taste is nice. Everything about Ever is okay.
Okay. In terms of price, how affordable or how expensive is Ever?
It's okay. It's affordable.
Okay. So if there's one thing you have to tell Ever brand right now, what would that be?
I like to say continue with your good job and just improve more on the making it available for people to consume.
Thank you very much, ma. Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning.
What is your name?
Alison.
Okay, which of the table water brand do you take and why do you prefer it?
Next it's just natural, like it doesn't have taste. Most waters have taste, so that one is just natural.
So for how long have you been consuming this Nesto?
Maybe 4 years now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, in terms of what do you look out for when trying to get table water? What do you look out for?
I look out for naturally water doesn't have taste.
Yeah.
So that. Let's put it like that. I don't like water that has taste.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay. So how what was that thing you want next to table water to improve on?
The blue cover, that one is okay. No taste at all. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. Good morning, ma.
Good morning.
What is your name?
Bolade.
Okay, which of the table water brand do you take and why do you prefer it?
I take Seaway
Okay.
because I feel it's good, tastes better.
So for how long have you been taking Seaway?
For like 2-3 years now.
So have you tried other table water brand before?
Of course, yes. I've
Like
Ever, Nestle, Viju Water, and the likes.
so is there a reason why you prefer Seaway to others that you make mention of?
I don't really have any reason, but I just feel Seaway feels safer than any other waters.
So have you have issue with taste between other brands before?
Yes, taste.
Yes, taste brands.
Yes.
Which of them?
This Viju Water. Yeah, I don't really like the taste, so I prefer the Seaway water.
Okay, how is the taste like?
Which of
The Viju.
I can't really say, but it doesn't taste good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Compared to Seaway.
Yes.
Okay. So if there's one thing you want Seaway to improve on, what would that be?
I don't really have anything. I will just tell them to keep the good work going.
Okay. So if there's one thing you want to taste Seaway table water right now, what would that be?
If I don't get
If there's one thing you want to tell Seaway table water right now, what would that be?
I don't know. They should just keep giving us good water.
Okay. Thank you very much, ma. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
What is your name?
Brown John.
Okay, which of the table water brand do you take and why do you prefer it?
I take Ever. Plain, no complaints since I've been using it. So
Okay, for how long have you been using Ever table water?
for a number of years now, I can't really recollect the number of years.
Okay, have you tried other brands before, other table water brands before?
Yes, I have.
Like,
Aquafina, basically.
so is there a reason why you prefer Ever to Aquafina?
I've had problems with Aquafina before.
Like,
Taste, smell at some point. So, but I've never had any problems ever, so I just decided to stick with the one that I've never had problem with.
okay. So in terms of taking purchasing table water, what do you look out for? Is it the packaging? Is it because it's popular, or is it the taste that you go for, or what? What do you look out for when purchasing table water?
Just don't contaminate me, that's all.
Okay. So if there's one thing you want Ever table water to improve on, what would that be?
Price, I guess.
Okay. So if there's one thing you have to tell Ever table water right now, what would that be?
Good job, but you can do better.
Okay, what advice do you have to tell other table water brand?
Be like Ever.
Be like Ever. That's nice. Bye. Thank you very much, sir. So which of the table water brand do you use and why do you prefer it?
Ever water
Is there a reason why you prefer Ever water?
because it's chlorine free and it's the most purified without particles
Okay, for how long have you been using Ever?
for as long as I can remember.
Have you tried other table water brand before?
No,
Okay, so what do you look out for when purchasing table water?
I look for the cleanness, the packaging, and the quality of the water.
Okay, is there anything you want Ever table water brand to improve on right now?
Actually, smaller packages so that people with lesser income can afford it.
Okay, if there's one thing you want to tell Ever brand right now, what would that be?
Keep up with the quality and maintaining good standards.
Okay, how is the price like? Is it affordable, expensive?
It's affordable. To me, it's affordable. That's why I say smaller container should be made for other level of income earners to afford it.
Thank you very much, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
What is your name, sir?
My name is Okoro Chikoze.
Okay, which of the table water brand do you take and why do you prefer it?
Well, I use Aquafina and Nestle water.
Is there a reason why you prefer those two brands?
Well, they are more quality brands. You know, you can see their expiring date and they are tasteless.
Okay, so have you tried other table water brand before?
I have.
Like,
I've tried Eva.
so is there a reason why you prefer Nestle and Aquafina to Eva?
Is it? I said I prefer those brands because it's tasteless. I discovered that Eva water has taste, and at times you see the expiring date. You know, they push in some products that are expired. You know, I stopped taking them.
Okay, so what do you look out for when purchasing table water?
Expiring dates, the brand, how whether it's tasteless and even colorless. Water is supposed to be colorless and tasteless.
Okay, so what do you want Nestle and Aquafina brand to improve on?
To continue what they are doing and to ensure that, you know, the expiring date is always written visibly so that people can see it.
How affordable is this table water, this brand that you're talking about?
They're not that affordable, but I'm not looking at the affordability. I'm looking at the quality, what they are giving me.
Okay, if there's one thing you have to tell Nestle and Aquafina right now, what would that be?
To continue what they are doing and to ensure that they also improve on the packaging, because you discover that the pack at times when you are trying to lift it, it gets broken tons. Yeah.
Thank you very much, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
What is your name?
Kimitayo.
Okay, which of the table water brand do you prefer and why do you like taking it?
Well, Eva actually.
Why?
I don't know, it has this weird nice taste. I think that's what I say. And probably the fact that, you know, Nigerians believe in this thing that has been around for a long time. So I guess that's why.
So are you saying you prefer Eva brand because you are influenced by what people take?
No, because I'm influenced by what my parents give to me when I was younger, I guess.
Okay, so for how long have you been taking this Eva?
I don't think I have a year for it.
Okay, have you tried other brands of table water?
Yeah, but then it's just usually I get some sort of poison and all of that, or maybe like a weird taste or after effect and all that stuff.
Okay, what are the names of the other brands you've tried?
Honestly, don't know, trust me. You know, most times when you go for a party and you just give me one tip water, so you just try it.
Okay, is there anything you want Eva to improve on?
I don't know, just not stop with the quality. Yeah, so
how affordable is Eva? Is it affordable or expensive?
Depends on where you're buying it from. Some places are affordable, some places not. So.
Okay. If there's one thing you have to tell Eva brand right now, what would that be?
Keep up the good works, I guess.
Thank you very much, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
What is your name?
My name is Folari.
Okay, which of the table water brand do you take and why do you prefer it?
I take a couple of table water, but I think I will go for Mr. V.
Mr. V?
Yeah.
Why do you prefer Mr. V?
I don't know. I think there was about time they were having issues with opening of the bottles and all, and from then I got loved with it, and from now on I think they have this kind of pure taste, and I love their marketing strategy. It's nice.
So for how long have you been using this Mr. V? Consuming Mr. V?
A long time, from the ages of we opening it with our teeth and all, so it's been a long while.
So have you tried all that table water brands before?
Yes.
Like?
Aquafina, that is owned by Pepsi, others.
Okay, so why do you now prefer Mr. V to others?
I think I would say my body kind of adapted to it, so not that other brands are not okay, so